Welcome students, welcome to lecture number 29 where we will be starting with module number 6 and the subject indirect taxation. So module number 6 is all about import export procedures that we will be covering under customs. Now this particular module is complete theory module. There is no problems relating to this particular module. Okay, and this module is complete about customs. So this is a complete theory module where as per VTube syllabus it covers introduction to baggage, gentry free allowance, provisional assessment of duty, due dates for payment of duty, penalties under customs, seizure of goods, confiscation of goods. So these are the different concepts that we will be studying under module number 6, that is import export procedures under customs. So today we will be seeing or we will be covering basic introduction to import procedures. Like we will be seeing simply that what is the procedure when you have to get goods from outside India into India. So simple procedure. Let us understand first the procedure. So this is import procedure. So this is a brief procedure for import of goods that has been depicted in this particular diagram. So now let us understand how this process flows. First of all, what happens is the goods arrive at the Indian customs station. The first and foremost, when you are importing goods from outside India, first the goods travel and they reach the Indian customs station. Now, what is customs station? Custom station can mean any custom port, custom airport, international courier terminal, or foreign post office or land custom station. So suppose if the goods are coming through ship or through a vessel, that is through sea, it then custom station will mean the custom port. Suppose if the goods are coming through air, that is through a flight, that means the custom station will be the custom airport. Suppose if the goods are coming through, courier, then the custom station will be the international courier terminal. Suppose if the goods are coming through vehicle, then the custom station will be land custom station. So this meaning of custom station can mean your custom port, your custom airport, your land custom station, international courier terminal. So everything can be a custom station. That completely depends on how your goods are arriving into India. So the first step will be the goods will arrive at the Indian customs station. Now you know what is the meaning of Indian customs station. Next thing, as soon as the goods arrive the Indian customs station, the import manifest report, there is a report that has to be submitted. So this import, since you are importing the goods, a import manifest report has to be delivered by person in charge to the proper officer. Now let us see what is the meaning of person in charge. Who is the person in charge? Let us understand that. So suppose if the goods are coming through vessel, that means through ship. So the person in charge will be the master of the vessel who is handling the vessel. The master of the vessel will be the person in charge. Suppose if the goods are coming to an aircraft, okay, then the person in charge will be the pilot in charge of the flight aircraft or the commander. So the commander or the pilot in charge of the aircraft will be the person in charge. Suppose if the goods are coming through train, through railway, then the person in charge will be the conductor, the guard, or any other person who is giving the chief direction to the train. So he is called to be the person in charge. Suppose if the goods are coming through any other conveyance which I have not mentioned, then the person in charge will be the driver or other person in charge of the conveyance. So either the driver or any other person who is in charge of that conveyance, in charge of that means of transport, he will be the person in charge. So what is the responsibility of this person in charge, he has to submit a report called as import manifest report. He has to submit this import manifest report to the proper officer. Now you know who is the proper officer. That is the officer appointed under customs to take care of these import procedures. So he's the proper officer. Now what is this import manifest report? Okay, import manifest report is nothing, students, but a detailed information which is given to the custom authorities about the goods, a detailed information about the goods that have been imported, either through vessel, aircraft, which is being brought either to any custom station. Okay, so that detailed information about the goods has to be submitted by the person in charge to the proper officer. Okay, after the goods arrive at the Indian customs station. So this is nothing but in the form of import manifest report. Now, once the import manifest report has been submitted by the person in charge to proper officer will go through it, and after that the proper officer will grant an entry in words. Means now the proper officer is saying, now you are allowed to bring the goods, okay, and unload the goods in the port. Entry inwards means a signal that is given, green signal given by the proper officer to the person in charge after going through the import manifest report. Import manifest report consists of detailed information about the goods. Okay, so once the proper officer goes through it, he will give a, if he is finding everything to be okay, he will give a green signal that yes, you can bring the goods and unload the goods in the custom port. Till that the goods are not to be unloaded from the that particular vessel, aircraft, or maybe vehicle. Only when entry inward is granted, here only when this entry inward is granted by the proper officer, then only the goods in the vehicles or maybe in the aircraft or maybe in the vessel are allowed to be unloaded. So a green signal is given by the proper officer to the person in charge. Then, after the entry inward is granted, then only unloading of goods happen at the custom port. Now, once the entry inward is granted, what happens? The vessel, whatever goods are kept in the vessel, they can be unloaded. But such unloading of goods will be done only under the supervision of proper officer. Okay, and only at those places which are approved by the proper officer and only on working days at working hours. So remember students, after entry inward is granted by the proper officer, okay, the person in charge can unload the goods at the custom port, but only at working hours, on working day, okay, and under the supervision of proper officer. Okay, now once the goods are unloaded, that goods are under the custody of the custodian. See, goods will not be unloaded anywhere. It will be unloaded only on those places which are approved. Even in the airport is so big, so anywhere the goods will not be unloaded. There are certain approved places as per the customs where the goods will be unloaded, and those goods will be under the supervision of the custodian until the importer will file the bill of entry. So till the bill of entry is filed, the goods will be under the supervision of custodian. Custodian means a supervisor who will be there, who will be taking care of the goods unless and until the bill of entry will not be filed by the importer. Now, next is electronic filing of bill of entry. So the bill of entry will be filed by the importer with the proper officer. Now, what is this bill of entry? The bill of entry is again nothing, students, as I already told. It is a legal document which has to be filed by the importer for for clearing the goods. Okay, for clearing the goods, either the bill of entry is filed on the arrival of the goods, when the goods are arrived, or at the time of clearing the goods. So bill of entry is again a legal document that is being filed by the importer to clear the goods. Okay. Now once the bill of entry is filed, the bill of entry can be filed either for home consumption or for shipment. Now further the goods have to be shipped from one place to another, or for warehousing. Now what is this filing of bill of entry? Now let us understand. As we know that bill of entry can either be filed for home consumption. Now when the bill of entry is filed for home consumption means the duty needs to be paid. Custom duty needs to be paid. Once the custom duty is paid, then the goods can be taken for home consumption. So after filing bill of entry, the duty needs to be paid. After filing the duty, the bill of entry can be through bill of entry, the goods can be cleared for home consumption. Or suppose from Indian custom station, the goods have to be transshipped to some other place, to some other country. So for transshipment also the bill of entry can be filed. Or for warehousing. Warehousing means for now, for some reasons the importer cannot take the goods to home, or cannot clear the goods for home consumption. The importer for some period of time will want to keep the goods in the warehouse. So the goods can be cleared for warehousing as well. And when the goods are cleared for warehousing, it can be without payment of duty. Means without paying any duty, the goods can be kept in the warehouse. Once the goods are in warehouse and the importer wants to clear the goods from the warehouse, it can file the bill of entry for home consumption from the warehouse. It has to pay the duty, and once the payment of custom duty is done, then only there will be an order for clearing the goods for home consumption. So home consumption is to be done, this bill of entry is to be done, is to be filed electronically. Students, remember, in 4 copies. There has to be 4 copies of bill of entry. Original copy has to be for the custom authorities. So original copy will be kept by the custom authorities, because they will need a copy to assess the tax, to collect the tax duty. They will need a copy. Duplicate is to be given to the custodian of the cargo. Custodian of the cargo means the person who is in charge of the cargo, that is the goods. Triplicate copy is to be given to the importer. Okay. And quadra duplicate copy is to be presented to the bank or Reserve Bank of India if you want to remit the duty paid on the imported goods. So the 4 copies have to be made. Now, bill of entry, as I told you, can be filed for home consumption, can be filed for warehousing, can be filed for shipment, for further transshipment. So depending upon for which purpose it is being filed, the further action will take place. So this is all about the import procedure, which will go step by step to be followed. Okay, in order to complete the importation in India, up to bringing the goods from the Indian customs station to clearing them for the home consumption. So is import procedure clear to everyone? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly, we have export procedure as well, which we will be seeing in our succeeding class. So thank you so much to students.